Welcome, welcome. Today we will see next part of the spur gear, that is beam strength of gear tooth and effective force. Therefore, first of all we will see beam strength of gear tooth, that is Lewis equation. The analysis of bending stresses in gear tooth was done by Wilfred Lewis in his paper The Investigation of the Strength of Gear Tooth, submitted at the Engineers Club of Philadelphia in 1892. Even today, the Lewis equation is considered as the basic equation in the design of gears. In the Lewis analysis, the gear tooth is treated as a cantilever beam as shown in the figure. The tangential component PT causes the bending moment about the base of the tooth. See that this is the gear tooth. It is considered as a cantilever beam which is fixed at this at the base, and it is free at the other end, and tangential load PT is uniformly distributed over the entire face width at the free end. This is the H is nothing but height of the gear tooth, B is nothing but face width of the gear tooth at the base, T is nothing but thickness of the gear tooth at the base. The Lewis equation is based on the following assumptions. The effect of the radial component PR, which induces compressive stresses, is neglected. It is assumed that the tangential component PT is uniformly distributed over the face width of the gear. This is possible when the gears are rigid and accurately machined. The effect of stress concentration is neglected. Fourth, it is assumed that at any time only one pair of teeth is in contact and takes the total load. It is observed that the cross section of the tooth varies from the free end to the fixed end. Therefore, a parabola is constructed within the tooth profile shown by dotted line in figure. This is the parabola. This is the gear tooth which is fixed at the base and free at the one end is free. This is section XX. At the section XX, this is rectangular cross section. Therefore, a parabola is constructed within the tooth profile shown by a dotted line in figure. The advantage of parabolic outline is that it is a beam strength. For this beam, the stress at any cross section is uniform or same. The weakest section of the gear tooth is at the section XX, where the parabola is tangent to the tooth profile. At the section XX, bending moment MB is equal to PT into H, that is this tangential PT load into perpendicular distance H. Therefore, we are knowing that I is the moment of inertia of the gear tooth, considering it as a rectangular cross section, BT cube by 12. Therefore, Y is equal to, that is distance of neutral axis, Y is equal to T divided by 2. Therefore, the bending stresses are given by, we are knowing this bending equation, sigma B is equal to MBY divided by I. Therefore, substituting the value, sigma B is equal to PT into H into T by 2 divided by BT cube divided by 12. Therefore, we are getting tangential load PT is equal to B into sigma B into T square divided by 6H. Multiplying the numerator and denominator of the right hand side by M. Therefore, PT is equal to MB sigma B into T square divided by 6HM. Defining a factor Y, therefore Y is equal to T square upon 6HM. Therefore, PT is equal to MB sigma B into Y, equation A. In the above equation, Y is called the Lewis form factor. Equation A gives the relationship between the tangential force PT and the corresponding stress sigma B. When the tangential force is increased, the stress also increases. When the stress reaches the permissible magnitude of bending stresses, the corresponding force PT is called the beam strength. Therefore, the beam strength SB is the maximum value of the tangential force the tooth can transmit without bending failure. Therefore, replacing PT by SB, equation A is modified in the following way. Therefore, SB is equal to MB sigma B into Y, equation 1, where SB is equal to beam strength of gear tooth in Newton, sigma B is equal to permissible bending stress in Newton per mm square. Equation 1 is called as the Lewis equation. In order to avoid the breakage of gear tooth due to bending, the beam strength should be more than the effective force between the meshing teeth. Therefore, SB should be greater than equal to P effective. In the design of gears, it is required to decide the weaker between the pinion and gear. Therefore, rewriting the Lewis equation, SB is equal to MB sigma B into Y. It is observed that M and B are same for pinion as well as for gear. When different materials are used, the product sigma B into Y decides the weaker between the pinion and the gear. The Lewis form factor Y is always less for a pinion compared with gear. When the same material is used for the pinion and gear, the pinion is always weaker than the gear. Now this table shows values of the Lewis form factor Y for 20-degree full depth involution system, that is values of Lewis form factor Y for different number of teeth, that is Z is equal to number of teeth, Y is equal to Lewis form factor. Therefore, for 15 number of teeth 0.289, for 16 0.295, similarly for 20 number of teeth 0.320, similarly for 30 number of teeth 0.358. Like this, Lewis form factor is there for different number of teeth. For rack it is 0.484. Now we will see permissible bending stress. The tooth of the gear is subjected to fluctuating bending stress as it comes in contact with the meshing tooth. The stress time diagrams for the gear tooth are illustrated in figure. The following observations are made from the figure. First, the teeth of the driving and driven gears are subjected to stress in one direction only, as shown in figure B. This is the figure B. See that the stress is in only one direction. It is called repeated stress. For this type of stress distribution, sigma M is equal to sigma max divided by 2 and sigma A is equal to sigma max divided by 2, where sigma max is equal to maximum bending stress, sigma M is equal to mean stress, sigma A is equal to stress amplitude. The teeth of the idler gear or a planetary pinion are subjected to stress in both directions as shown in figure C. See that this is the figure C. Stress are there in both directions of this zero line. It is called reverse stress. For this type of stress distribution, sigma M is equal to 0 and sigma A is equal to sigma max. Since the teeth are subjected to fluctuating stresses, endurance limit stress sigma E is the criterion of design. Therefore, the maximum bending stress is equal to the endurance limit stress of the gear tooth. The endurance limit stress of the gear tooth depends upon the following factors. First, surface finish of the gear tooth. Second, size of the gear tooth. Third, reliability used in design. Fourth, stress concentration in the gear tooth. Fifth, gears rotating in one direction or both directions. Sixth, gears tooth subjected to stress in one direction or both directions. In practice, it is difficult to get above mentioned data for each and every case of gear design. Earl Buckingham has suggested that the endurance limit stress of gear tooth is approximately 1/3 of the ultimate tensile strength of the material. Therefore, in this chapter we will use this approximate value. Therefore, sigma B is equal to SE is equal to SUT divided by 3. In case of bronze gear, the endurance limit stress is taken as 40% of the ultimate tensile strength. Now we will see effective load on gear tooth. The tangential component of force is calculated by using the following equations. First, we are calculating torque transmitted by using the equation MT is equal to 16 to 10 raised to 6 into kilowatt divided by 2 pi n, and then after calculating MT we are calculating PT, that is PT is equal to 2 MT divided by D dash, where D dash is the P is nothing but pitch circle diameter. The value of the tangential component therefore depends upon the rated power and the rated speed. In practical applications, the torque developed by the source of power varies during the work cycle. Similarly, the torque required by the driven machine also varies. The two sides are balanced by means of a flywheel. In gear design, the maximum force due to maximum torque is the criterion. This is accounted by means of a service factor. The service factor CS is defined as CS is equal to maximum torque divided by rated torque. Therefore, CS is equal to MT max divided by MT, which is equal to PT max divided by PT. where PT is the tangential force due to the rated torque MT. Rearranging the terms, we are getting PT max is equal to CS into PT. For electric motors, CS is equal to starting torque divided by rated torque. Now the values of the service factor are given in table 1. The examples of driving and driven machines of different working characteristics are given in tables 2 and 3. Therefore, service factors, table 1 shows service factor for speed reduction gearboxes. First column is working characteristics of driving machine, that is uniform, light shock, medium shock. Second column is working characteristics of driven machine, uniform, moderate shock, heavy shock. These different values are there: 1, 1.25, 1.75, 1.25, 1.5, 2.0. Similarly, table 2 indicates examples of driving machines with different working characteristics. In first column, characteristic operation is there. In second column, driving machines are there. Uniform, in case of uniform characteristic, electric motor, steam turbine, gas turbine. In case of light shock, multi-cylinder internal combustion engine. In case of medium shock, single cylinder internal combustion engine. Similarly, table 3 shows examples of driven machines with different working characteristics. In first column, characteristic of operation, that is uniform, medium shock, heavy shock. In second column, driven machines are there. Uniform means generator, belt, conveyor, platform conveyor, etc. Medium shock means main drive to machine tool, heavy elevator, turning gears of crane, mine ventilator, etc. Heavy shock, in case of heavy shock, press, shear, rubber duff mill, rolling mill, drive, power shovel, heavy centrifuge, etc. When gears rotate at very low speed, almost at zero velocity, the transmitted load PT can be considered to be the actual force between the two meshing teeth. However, in most of the cases, the gears rotate at an appreciable speed and it becomes necessary to consider the dynamic force between the resulting from the impact between the mating teeth. The dynamic force is induced due to the following factors: first, inaccuracies of the tooth profile; second, errors in tooth spacing; third, misalignment between bearings; fourth, elasticity of parts; and fifth, inertia of rotating disc. There are two methods to account for the dynamic load: approximate estimation by the velocity vector in the preliminary stages of gear design, and precise calculation by Sports equation in the final stage of gear design. There are various values of velocity factor for different conditions. For commercial, ordinary and commercially gear cut teeth, CV is equal to 3 divided by 3 plus B. For accurately hobbed and generated gears, CV is equal to 6 divided by 6 plus B. For precision gears with shaving, grinding and lapping operations, CV is equal to 5.6 divided by 5.6 plus root V, where V is the pitch line velocity, which is given by V is equal to pi dn divided by 60 into 10 raised to 3. The effective load between the two meshing teeth is given by P effective is equal to CSPT plus PD. Therefore, in the final stage of gear design, when the gear dimensions are known, errors are specified, quality of gears are determined, the dynamic load is calculated by equation derived from MF spot. The effective load is given by P effective is equal to CSPT upon PD, CSPT plus PD, where PD is the dynamic load. It is different for it depends upon the materials of the pinion and gear. Therefore, for steel pinion and steel gear, PD is equal to ENPZ BRPRG divided by 2530 into square root of RP square plus RG square. For cast iron pinion with cast iron gear, PD is equal to ENPZ BRPRG divided by 3785 into square root of RP square plus RG square. For steel pinion with cast iron gear, PD is equal to ENPZ BRPRG divided by 3260 into square root of RP square plus RG square, where PD is equal to dynamic load in Newton, E is equal to sum of errors between meshing teeth, and P is equal to speed of pinion in RPM. RP and RG are pitch circle radius of pinion and gear. The error is given by E is equal to EP plus AG, where EP error in for pinion, error EG error for gear. The error depends upon the quality of the gear and the method of manufacture. There are 12 different grades, grade 1 to grade 12, in decreasing order of precision. The expected error on the gear tooth is considered to be equal to tolerance. The tolerances for adjacent pitch error are given in table. Therefore, this is the table. These tolerances are calculated by using the following basic equation: phi is equal to m in plus 0.25 into root d, where phi is equal to tolerance factor, m is equal to module mm, d is equal to pitch circle diameter, The method of manufacture of gears depends upon the grade of the gears of grade 11 and 12 are manufactured by casting gears of grade